Hello, our faithful viewers. This is Pendragon Puma.
And this is Mahogany Pizza, or Chris. He's Connor. And we have our first episode of what we're going to call
Metal Monday!
Yes, exactly. So, hopefully this series is something that you'll enjoy listening to, because I know that we're going to enjoy doing it. And maybe this will be the direction our channel heads in. Who knows? We'll find out. We want this channel to be about what you guys want to see. I mean, at the same time, we want to put up our own videos that we enjoy making.
As long as we enjoy it, we'll put up whatever you want. Obviously, we're not going to do something that we hate doing because you guys want to see it.
Yeah, say like
no offense, but
say like playing the original Iron Man game on 360. Like the game was a piece of crap. I played it. I rented it from Blockbuster back around when it came out. It was bad. I'm not playing that for any of you.
All right, on to the topic.
I'm sorry. Don't take
this
offense.
week, Five Finger Death Punch.
Yes, the first episode we thought should be about a band that we were both big fans of, that we knew a good amount about.
And they also had an album, a two-part album, as a matter of fact, called The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell. Part 1 came out about a month ago.
July 30th.
2 months
so
ago.
2 months ago. Well,
so about 2 months ago.
Anyway,
second part is coming out
second part.
November
19th.
19th.
My dog's birthday. November 19th.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I
around
remember.
that. Regardless, it comes out in
November
2 months.
19th.
All right. So, I guess
so
first,
I mean, yeah, this is going to be
give our general opinions about the band.
Yeah, and
as Chris already said, we're
yeah.
big fans of this band.
Yeah, and if you don't like them, oh well, then don't stay. Whatever. It'll be in the video title, so you don't have to click on it if you don't want to. Don't be that guy or girl. But yeah, and then we'll kind of, I guess, review the first part of their new album as this video gets rolling.
Alright, so I guess we can start off by saying what our favorite albums are, if you would like to go first.
Okay,
Mr.
well,
Chris.
they've had 3 albums before this one. They've had The Way of the Fist, the debut album, in I believe 2005.
Yes,
2 years later,
2005.
they had, was it 2 years later or 3?
No, it was 2007. That's when it came out.
Way of the Fist?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then, wait,
And then
when
War
did
of the
Where's
Answer was 2000. It was 2 years apart.
Okay, so War of the Answer, or War is the Answer, came out 2 years after that, and then 2 years after that, American Capitalist.
And then 2 years after that, it was Wrong Side of Heaven, Right Side of Hell.
We'll
be getting to that.
We'll just say the new album or something, because that's a long title.
The
Or
two-part
at least
album.
that's what I'll do.
The two-part album. That's nice and simple.
Yeah, okay. So, anyway. Yeah, my favorite album is probably War of the Answer. War is the Answer. Because, well, I just like the riffage on that album as a whole. I know Connor's favorite. Do you mind if I spoil it?
Go
Or
ahead.
you can say it if you want.
Alright, my favorite album is The Way of the Fist, mostly because of Ivan Moody's vocal style in it. It's a lot more aggressive screaming, I guess you could say. And even when he sings,
I think
it's a little more
even
aggressive.
on that album, the riffs are a little faster on
Yeah.
the heavy songs.
It's a I mean, it's not really thrash metal, but it seems more influenced by thrash metal than War.
Yeah, maybe that's because they had a different guitarist then. Who knows? I don't know how
true.
much writing he had in that album. But anyway, I like War is the Answer. I think it's heavier. I mean, it doesn't have as many fast riffs, but I just think it's heavier in general, and I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, there's definitely some good songs in that album.
Yeah,
War
make
is
no
the
mistake,
Answer.
they're both good albums.
Yes, I'm not trying to say War is the Answer is bad. The only one I would say is not really that great is American Capitalist. As a whole,
I mean,
there are a few songs that I really like.
It's just not.
It's
not up.
The song American Capitalist is good.
I don't think it's
Under
on par
and
with the
Over It
first
is
two
pretty
albums.
good.
Yeah.
The one song I think is definitely on par with Menace because that definitely reminds me of their older stuff, specifically the song White Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
That is definitely very
One of my favorite
similar
songs.
style of song.
Let's see. And see, the thing with American Capitalist is that it seems like it wasn't as good. It had a couple of good songs, but overall the album was just okay. Most of the songs were okay, and then a couple were good. Meanwhile, on the other ones, say out of 10 songs, I don't even know if there were 10 songs in the album, but let's just say out of 10 songs, say 7 or 8 of them were good, and a couple okay, or at least more than half were good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I know what you mean. And see,
The new album is a return to form.
Their new album, I think at least, is easily one of the best albums I've heard in a while.
I mean, as time passes, I'll see. Maybe that one becomes my favorite, like part one along with part two. Or one part is better than the other. Who knows? We'll find out in November.
It's definitely the first album in a while that I instantly loved. I mean,
Yeah.
there were other albums I loved, like when Asylum
Well, I mean-
by Disturbed came out. I
Yeah.
liked that pretty quickly, but they're also one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, and like with the last album with American Capitalist, I should say, like I liked it a lot at first, but that was just like new album excitement. I mean, that happens with games too, like new game
Yeah,
excitement.
happens with
You
a lot
know,
of things.
so like, and then as the time went on, I was like, it's not as good as the
Yeah.
older ones. Not bad, just not as good in my
And-
opinion.
But their first part of their newest album, at least at first, I was thinking maybe I won't like this as much in a month, but I still listen to it all the time. I
Yeah,
definitely think
same
it's
here. Like I was
probably my second favorite album.
I was wary of
Which
the
was
new
surprising.
album excitement that happens.
and
So
when we
I took some time.
both watched the
to
Golden
gather an
Gods,
opinion.
we
Yeah.
both watched the Golden Gods Awards, and they performed "Lift Me Up" with Rob Halford from Judas
Yeah, this
Priest.
is our first single on
That
the
was
album.
that was the first time I heard anything from the new album. And I thought it was great.
It was pretty awesome.
And I was
Better than Dillinger Escape Plan, but that's another topic.
that's a completely
for,
different story.
for another time. I'm sorry if you like them. We don't.
I'm sorry that you like them. But anyway, yeah. Speaking of Rob Halford, their vocal guest on that album. It's
Yeah.
Rob Halford, I think, did a great job. I mean, it's not as like he can't sing to the same degree as he could, but he's.
I mean, I still think he could do
He
better
still did a
than-
great job.
I still think he could do better than he did on the song, but maybe they just didn't want him to blow away Ivan Moody. Who, no offense, like he's a good singer, but
He's
no
more of
Rob
he's
Halford.
more of a screamer.
He's
than
no
a
Rob
singer.
Halford.
That's
'cause
also true.
Not many people are
Yeah.
as good as Rob Halford anyway.
But
So
but what Rob Halford
not
did
much to
do,
worry about.
what he did do on that song, definitely fit the song very
yeah,
well.
definitely.
And
There's other guests like Maria Brink from, I think, In This Moment is the band she's from. I don't really know them that well, but
I've
He
actually
was on
never
one
heard of
song.
him until this. But
I had heard the name, just not like any music or
Let's see.
anything. They were.
Yeah.
I was unfamiliar with them, with their music.
and if anyone likes Sepultura, which I think is a great band,
Oh, yeah.
what's his name? Max Cavalera, I think.
Yeah,
his
their
name is.
original lead singer.
He was in a part on I Am Sin,
Yeah,
and by the way, Maria Brink was on the song Anywhere But Here.
yeah. That
Gotta
would
mention
be it.
that.
Yeah,
But back
she did
back,
pretty good on that song.
she did
Pretty-
definitely did a good
pretty
job.
well on that song.
But back to I Am Sin. I thought it was cool with Max Cavalera because, what is he, Swedish or something? I don't know. I don't really
Brazilian.
fucking care. Whatever.
Brazilian.
He's fucking not
He
American.
spoke Portuguese, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Probably.
Whatever he did. When he
Yeah,
when
and
he was doing his...
Sepultura is Portuguese for great. Come on.
I don't know this shit. But the when he was doing his vocal stuff on that song, since it was just like a surprise at first that it wasn't in English. Just because I wasn't expecting that, I was
but-
just like, oh, it was a guest singer. I didn't really look
Yeah,
at
he's
who
cool.
it was.
Though. He's cool though.
But he definitely did a good job. I definitely prefer the version with him than the version without him because
Oh, and then-
they did put both
yes.
versions on the album.
And let's see, there's also Jamie Josta from the band Hatebreed.
I think that was the best song in the album. Dot Your Eyes. I
Yeah,
think
Dot
that's a
Your
great
Eyes.
song, and I think Jamie Josta
Dot
did an
your
excellent
eyes
job.
across your fucking T's.
That definitely had the most like energetic beat to it.
And a pretty awesome riff.
Definitely.
Main riff. There's also that song with the rapper, Tech Nine.
Tech
was
Nine.
a
Oh yeah. It was
cover-
Mama
was that
Said
the
Knock You
cover?
Out.
Yeah.
That song
Cover
when
of
we
an
heard it
LL
when
Cool
we,
J song.
and when we heard that they were doing a song,
I was a little skeptical, but I thought that they had potential. Because I
Yeah,
trust
I was
Five
like-
Finger Death Punch.
I didn't really
not fuck it up.
have an opinion before it came out. I was just a little weary that it wasn't going to be that great. But surprisingly,
I was
think
intrigued.
it's one of the better
to say the
songs.
least.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I thought
definitely a
it
good
sounds
song.
really good.
but that's also because they did a
I
good
think
job
it sounds
covering
really
it
good.
in the sense that they did it in their own style, which is one thing I definitely don't like about covers is when they try to sound like the original
Yeah,
band.
exactly.
Unless, of course, they're a tribute
Sound
band.
like yourself. Or like if it's the same genre, then that's acceptable because you're obviously gonna sound somewhat similar if you play in the same genre.
Yeah, but in this case,
Like
obviously
Evil,
very
band
different
Evil,
genres.
they covered Through the Never by Metallica, and it sounds pretty similar because they're both thrash metal bands. Anyway, that's unrelated to Five Finger Death Punch. Just saying.
Let's see. Comparing that to their older albums,
We already covered a lot of that
they
so
did
far.
cover a lot of it.
So, I mean, yeah, in comparison to older albums, I'd say, at least this far, I rank it like number 3.
Yeah.
But like, it's a tight top 3.
It's definitely a tight top 3. But their
Boy.
second part of the album, we talked about coming out November 19th. They have
Or
released one
sometime
song
in November.
sometime in November, about 2 months. But they have released I don't think it's the first song, but they released the song Battleborn, which is not really
It's one of their softer
a heavy
songs. They
song.
have those.
It still
They have
sounds
some
like
of those.
Five Finger Death Punch, but
Yeah.
definitely one of their softer songs. I like it, but I'm just hoping that the rest of the album is going to be on par with the first part, which I think is they did an excellent job with it.
Exactly. I basically have the same opinion on part 2. I just hope it's as good as the first one, really. That's about all I have to say about that. I hope you guys like this video, because this is something that we really enjoy doing, because we talk a lot about metal, just by ourselves doing nothing, randomly.
Any
So
bands,
this is a good video for us to do, because I'd like to think we know what we're talking about.
or at least has
So,
opinions someone
yeah.
wants to hear.
Yeah.
But,
If you disagree, or agree,
if there's
let us
any-
know in the comments. If you disagree, just be respectful about it.
And if there's any band you would want us to talk about, specifically in the metal genre, hard rock too if you'd want, but
Yeah.
we're not going to be talking about Katy Perry or Justin
Yeah.
Queermo. But the next
Justine Bieber.
the next video will most likely be about Avenged Sevenfold because
They have a recent new album.
I'm not going to have any opinions on it yet. You'll have to wait and
Yeah,
see.
you'll have to wait for episode 2.
But there will definitely we'll talk about new
Other-
bands, old
yeah.
bands, Symphony X being one of our favorite bands, Metallica.
They're amazing. There's no argument
We
with
gotta
that.
talk
If you
about
disagree,
Metallica.
then I have nothing to say to you.
And we're gonna
You're
have
just
to
wrong.
we're gonna have to talk about Metallica and bands like
No, I
that
kid
because
though.
obviously they're super popular, and this is talking about metal music.
Yeah, and I think we might try to cover Amon Amarth because they have a new album coming out in 2013, and they are coming to our area in early 2014 for a concert. which
And if we get to see them, then we will definitely
and
talk
mayhaps
about that.
we will see it.
Mayhaps.
To quote Tiny Tina. So maybe that video will come out around then after we see them, or maybe earlier, or we could just have two different episodes covering Amon Amarth.
I mean,
'Cause why not?
who knows? If someone wants us to talk specifically about one of the old Five Finger Death Punch albums, then maybe we
We'll
will.
do it.
But
We
I
take
mean,
requests.
we'll do whatever.
As long as they're manageable.
And
'Cause, I mean, for now they'll be manageable because we don't have that many subs yet.
as long as it's
But-
somewhat within the metal genre.
Yeah.
Oh, one
Oh,
thing we're definitely
Black
not
Veil
gonna.
Brides is off limits.
Black Veil
I don't know if
Brides
that's what you were
Off-Limits.
gonna say. But
I
that's what
don't
I'm
care
saying.
if you have a different opinion, but we're not talking about bands like Asking Alexandria, Bring Me the Horizon, Mice and Men, bands that can't play music. But we will be sticking to the stuff that we like, stuff that you like. As long as we don't hate it, we'll talk
Well,
about
I mean,
it.
we could review Asking Alexandria and just give our honest opinion.
If people want to see that, then
I mean,
we'll do that. But
Like,
if
if
no,
you like them, fine. We don't. That's just the truth.
But until someone tells us a band they want to hear us
Because
talk
mainly
about,
because their music is very simplistic. I mean, and I don't even.
maybe
think,
we'll talk about the
I
genre
don't, I don't
as a
know
whole.
if they
but I
are
don't
even
think
considered metal. Like they're more just like screamo,
people want to call
post-hardcore,
them metal.
hardcore, whatever. Yeah, some people seem to want to call them metal, which is a lie. Just like the cake. Just.
But yeah, we'll most likely be doing obviously bands that we like until someone tells us otherwise that they
yeah,
want to hear about a
exactly.
specific band. We'll do whatever. But yeah, thanks
If
for
we
watching.
do get a lot of subscribers eventually, we'll try to take requests as many as we can. Just there will be more at that point, if it ever gets to that.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed this video.